Good afternoon and welcome to the Citizen FM News at noon. I am Lawrence Omoite. President Bola Tinubu on Sunday implored West African leaders to prioritize good governance and collective prosperity as an essential tool to prevent authoritarian takeovers of power and unconstitutional changes of government in the region. The Nigerian leader, who is also the chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, said this at the 64th Ordinary Session of the West African Bloc at the State House, Abuja. Addressing the high-powered regional gathering, the president identified good governance as a key catalyst to secure popular support through the socio-economic transformation and development of West Africa.
Very good governance that tackles the challenges of poverty, inequality, and other concerns of the people. We will have succeeded in addressing some of the root causes of military intervention in civilian process in our region. Democracy must win if we fight for it, and we will definitely fight for democracy.
Meanwhile, ECOWAS has resolved to progressively ease the sanctions imposed on the Republic of Niger based on the outcomes of the engagement by committees of heads of state with the CMSP. This resolution was contained in a communique read by Dr. Omar Touare, President, ECOWAS Commission.
The authority decides to set up a committee of heads of state to engage with CNSP and other stakeholders with a view to agreeing on a short transition roadmap, establishing transition organs, as well as facilitating the setting up of a transition monitoring and evaluation mechanism towards the speedy restoration of constitutional order. Based on the outcomes of the engagement by the Committee of Heads of State with the CNSP, the authority will progressively ease the sanctions posed on Niger.
The leadership of the 10th Senate has donated 109 million naira to victims of a mistaken airstrike in Kaduna State. The Deputy Senate President, Senator Baraji Jibrin, who announced the donation when he led other principal officers and senators on a condolence visit to Governor Obasani in Kaduna, said the donation, which is for the welfare of the victims, is their December salaries. While sympathizing with the Kaduna State government and people of Tudumbiri community over the tragic incident, the Deputy Senate President, who represented the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, said the National Assembly will work in partnership with the Presidency to unravel the circumstances surrounding the accidental bombing of innocent civilians.
That the Senate will leave no stone unturned in its zeal to find out the reason for the occurrence of this unfortunate incident. We have always paid the President. Mr. President also clearly in a moment that no stone should be left unturned to unravel what happened and to prevent that from happening. So we have always been about it and we will continue to work in partnership in order to unravel what happened and also take measures to prevent this kind of unfortunate incident to occur in the future.
On his part, Governor Masoni thanked the senators for their show of empathy for the victims of the military airstrike and therefore called on the National Assembly to support the federal government in probing the bombing incident.
I'm really happy with the level of support, level of empathy and solidarity by the people of this country from Mr. President, the Vice President, to the leadership of the Senate and the National Assembly generally, and as well as the good people of Nigeria. I also want to make it clear here today that here in Kaduna, we have received this thing with shock. But unfortunately, in the last few days, some people are trying to make it to look like it's either an ethnic or religious issue. Here in Kaduna, we don't believe in that. We're one family. There's no difference between Muslim and Christians in Kaduna. This incident can happen anywhere, and it's about humanity. What we are asking for is justice for the people of Kaduna who lost their lives and those in the hospital.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has described the airstrike on Tudumbiri village in the Igabi local government area of Kaduna State as unfortunate and not a deliberate action targeted against the people with which the army is to protect. General Musa, in his remarks at the graduation ceremony of participants at the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru, in Plateau State, emphasized that the incident was a mix-up which was avoidable.
Unfortunate. I always want to mention it. It's very sad. It's something that should not have taken place. But it's a mistake. And it was because those in charge were actually, because they had the report, something was going to happen, and they were. And at that instance, something similar to what normally happens. And they got carried away, and then they reacted. It wasn't on purpose. You see, when you listen to the news, my fear is when we discourage our troops. Next time, even when the original, the real ones comes, and what they say if we do, as a mistake, won't do anything. So I think we should try and look at this discussion when incidents occur. Nobody in his right mind's mind will wake up and just look at people and just bomb them for that reason. We are all Nigerians who are meant to protect Nigerians. And that's what we're doing. In the course of it, we might make mistakes. Because we're humans, but it will never be deliberate. So I want to appeal to all of us. Firstly, always pray for Nigeria, pray for our leaders. Stand strong. Believe in this country. It's a great and wonderful country that we have. We must not let it down.
Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa. And the ongoing political drama in Rivers State has taken a very interesting turn as 27 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly have defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. A member of the Assembly, Eneme George, confirmed that the 27 lawmakers were under the leadership of Martins and Mewule. He said the decision was taken during their sitting on Monday morning. The ongoing political drama in Rivers State has taken a very interesting turn as the lawmakers finally defected. And on the foreign scene, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said on Sunday that he regrets the Security Council's failure to demand a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, condemning the division that have paralyzed the world body. Addressing Qatar's Doha Forum, Guterres said the council was paralyzed by divisions that were undermining solutions to the Israel-Hamas war, which started on October the 7th. And in sport, Nigerian football legend and former national team captain Christian Chukwu has lamented the current condition of the Super Eagles, saying that the country does not have a team for now. Chukwu also said that the Super Eagles coach Yosef Sierro should be based in the country to be able to discover local football talent to complement the foreign-based players. And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I'm Lawrence Umoiti. Good afternoon.